and welcome to IDDTalks here at ADA University. My name is Anastasia Lavrina, and I welcome you at a very important event, the conference, which is titled The Role of Universities in Green Energy and Sustainability, is taking place here at ADA University on December 2nd and 3rd. And now I'm joined by a very distinguished guest from Egypt, Mr. Omar Aboueich, member of the Egyptian Council for Foreign Affairs, former Assistant Minister of Foreign Affairs for International and Regional Economic Affairs. Ambassador, welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. It's a big honor for us to host you here at IDDTalks. And I know you have a great experience. So let me start with the question, green transition, green energy. How do you assess this process in comparison to what we saw, let's say, 10 years ago and today?
Well, green transition now became a must. It's important you take into consideration that fossil fuels are not permanent, are not sustainable, are polluting the whole planet and are costing us a lot. However, to be able to practice, to implement the renewable energies, we need a lot of things to be done first. Or as we say, to build the infrastructure for a suitable implementation of green energy in general. In the case of Egypt, the local geographical location of Egypt enabled Egypt to be a central point for energy, as a hub for energy. We have a brightness, solar brightness, 360 days per year, which enables Egypt to build a good infrastructure for solar panel or for solar energy in general. Also, we have some areas that have a lot of winds, so that we can already build wind energy and to produce wind energy beside the hydraulic power in the high dam in the south of Egypt. After that, things developed in our partnership with several parts of the world, namely with the European Union, when we elevated our association agreement into the strategic level. That pushed us in a way to produce more greener energy, namely the hydrogen, because it's very green, as we say. It has no pollution. It's a net zero emission, but it costs a lot. And no one country is capable to produce that kind of energy alone. That's why we were talking about the concept of international cooperation and regional cooperation. It's essential for the sake of everybody. It's a win-win situation for everybody. We can produce that energy in Egypt, which costs very, very limited price, about 30% of the European price, and the transmission fees will be less. So at the end, it's a favorable way for both of us, for them and for us. We also are the third exporter for the European Union in terms of heavy industries such as aluminium, iron, steel, as well as fertilizers. And it's part of our economy. The exports is a source of, a very important source for our income. And that's why we had to abide by the new norms implemented by the European Union. Otherwise, we were going to lose our level in that market, and market. So we started, but it's not we as a government. It started with the big private sector companies in Egypt who are working on that field. And that's why the transition was not that hard for Egypt. It started first with the private sector. So it became easier now, and namely after the big conference of investment between Egypt and the EU in June 2024, things are better because real partnerships already are on the ground right now. We talked about localizing the electrolyzers that are needed to produce hydrogen from water, and for desalination of water, as well as to have a share of that green hydrogen for our local and domestic industries as well. And the remaining should be exported to the EU. And it's a partnership based on a win-win situation, based on real partenariat that will be sustainable, creating real opportunities for sustainability of our relationship.
Well, indeed, especially because Europe needs these new sources to be exported and imported to the European Union countries. And Azerbaijan is one of the countries who Europe is too much rely on when it comes to the gas cooperation, especially the Southern Gas Corridor. But green energy transition, it's very important. And probably for the future, Middle Corridor can become one of the projects where the renewable energy will be transferred from Azerbaijan to Europe. So we have some, let's say, similarities in between what we're doing here between Azerbaijan and Egypt. But where do you see the precise examples two countries may foster the cooperation in near future?
Between Egypt and Azerbaijan.
Yes.
For example, exchange of information, of knowledge is very important. We were here talking about the role of universities. Universities are very important source of information. However, we need also the participation of think tanks, because there are some problems and some challenges that should be tackled, and universities has nothing to do with them. For example, the idea of access to finance, the idea of resolution of some conflicts or some delimitation of borders between countries in order to produce, for example, gas, natural gas. The idea of transportation and some areas at a certain point, the South Red Sea was blocked a little bit due to the war with Yemeni Houthis and Israel. And so some problems, it's not only the matter of universities. Universities, yes, can provide ideas, can provide applications, new applications, can provide scientific research or scientific tools to resolve problems. But remaining problems, or side-by-side parallel problems, should be tackled by think tanks, by other stakeholders who are essential to sit together and to bring to their knowledge to the countries and to the government in order to overcome some problems and to reach a valuable solution for sustainable development.
Then one more question. What is your expectation from this particular conference taking place at AD University?
Well, it's important to shed light over the importance of the university's role. In Egypt, for example, we started to create one big university called Zuweil University, according to our big scientist, Dr. Zuweil, who was Nobel Prime in the early 2000s, and it's for applied science and technology. Mm-hmm. And we need to create a generation full of power with AI, with ICTs, with a lot of new modern technologies in order to bring their knowledge in a proper way and a quick way. Today we talked about how to find a solution in 6 weeks that used to take about 6 months or 6 years to be implemented.
Short period of time.
Exactly.
Limited time we have.
Exactly.
Well, Ambassador, thank you. Thank you so much for joining IDDTalks. It's a big honor to host you. We wish you good luck in your very interesting and important job.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure.